It's comparison time, everyone. Welcome back to another video on the awesome Suzuki DR-Z4S. This is the 2025 model, and today we're going to be comparing it directly to its sister bike, the DR-Z4 SM. So which of these two bikes are going to come out on top today? Well, let's jump on and let's find out. Yeah, this is a sick bike, you guys. I'm having so much fun on this bike today. It's unreal. And this is just an A2 bike. Can you believe that? Absolutely mad, isn't it? How much fun can be had on an A2 bike these days. But this has got to be one of the most fun A2 bikes I've ever ridden. It's really good, so torquey, it's insane. But if we're being honest, you guys, there aren't that many differences between this and the SM. Hardly any whatsoever. The biggest differences are, of course, the off-road tires. You also get the covers for the brake pads. You also get the brake calipers, and the brake discs. You get these wind deflectors as well. But all in all, the bikes are near enough the same in terms of their ergonomics, in terms of their power, in terms of performance, 0 to 60 and all that. They're near enough exactly the same. But the slight differences that have been made between them do change the riding experience a little bit. Not by much, but they do a little bit. And so, well, today I guess we're going to be discussing which one I would take home. If I had to pick between the S or the SM, which one would I pick? It's really funny because even like turning off the ABS and the gravel traction control mode and all that stuff, it's all the same as well between the two bikes. So maybe Suzuki kind of intended that if you were to take the SM, but one day you did decide to put on off-road tires or off-road wheels, then you could and still have the same functionality. Maybe, I don't know, but it's so interesting because the SM probably doesn't need to have the gravel off-road mode, and it probably doesn't need to have the ABS function either. So I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? Maybe just Suzuki just thought, just screw it, we'll just chuck it on anyway, it doesn't matter. Called it a day. But this bike, man, both this and the SM are very, very good. Very, very good indeed. The SM, of course, because it's more oriented towards street riding with those street tires, it does make a little bit more sense. If you are, like me, an exclusive street rider, but you are looking for this style of bike, then, well, the SM is the obvious choice. Wow. Look at that, that's cool. But if you plan to do any kind of off-roading whatsoever or adventuring, then the S has got to be the obvious choice. You know, it makes sense, but there is enough of a difference. And for me, even if you plan to do some kind of off-roading in the future, so maybe you're an exclusive on-road rider like me, but also like me, you do plan to do a little bit of off-road riding at some point, then maybe this would be the better option as well. But yeah, you guys, there aren't that many differences between the two bikes. They're both very, very good. And we did a little bit of gravel off-road riding just before shooting this video, and this bike is very, very good on the gravel. It's so confidence inspiring that even for someone like me, a total noob at any kind of off-roading whatsoever, was able to enjoy themselves and have fun just dicking around on a small little patch of gravel. I mean, the fact that this bike was able to give me that kind of experience on a small patch of gravel was quite impressive for me. But really enjoyed it, hell of a lot of fun. So, like, the thing is, like, I wouldn't want to do that with the SM, with the SM, even though it could do it. It just wouldn't be as, I wouldn't feel as confident doing it on the SM as I do on this bike. So it's really interesting because, funnily enough, the SM for me, I think, was slightly more fun. Because I'm a street rider, I think that bike suited my taste a little bit more so than this bike did, and it was a little bit more suited to that kind of riding. So for me, the SM at the time was, well, for me, like, even before I'd even got on this bike, for me the SM I thought was going to be the obvious choice if I was to buy one of these two bikes. Now I'm not so sure. Because sure, even though the SM is better for street riding, everyday riding, for when you do want to do those little bits of adventuring and those little bits of gravel track riding, this is the one I'd want. So it's a really tough call between the two, and I don't know if I actually can pick between the two, but in my heart of hearts, as I'm riding it right now, I'd pick this. They're both the same price. As far as I'm aware, I think they're both the same price, if not very, very similar to one another. So this is the one I think I'd probably go for. Just because I do want to get into that off-road riding, and this is the perfect combination of on-road riding and having the ability to do some off-roading as well, as and when you get the opportunity to. So this bike ticks a lot of boxes for me. Not as comfy for the commuting or the street riding, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be doing that much journeying with it anyway. Like, my commutes to work are half hour, 45 minutes tops. The S would do me absolutely fine if I was to commute with it to work. So for someone in my particular circumstances, I really don't think I could pick the SM over this, even though I don't know, man. Even though oh man, this is so hard because I keep toing and throwing between the two bikes. Yeah, I don't know. I still think in the moment right now, I pick this. It's really fun. In terms of riding experience, you can't really pick between the two bikes, and this one has an extra function. It can do a bit of off-roading. I say a bit of off-roading, right? This bike is an off-road monster. It's an off-road king, traditionally. So, I'd have to pick this. I don't think I would... Not anymore. Not after riding it. I don't think I would consider the SM anymore. Which is crazy, because I had so much fun on that bike as well. And I had a lot of the same talking points. They're both fun, they're both agile, they're both incredibly nimble and fun in the twisties. Both have plenty of torque. Both have the same functionality when it comes to the dashboard and the tech features. What would have been nice is if Suzuki had installed a quick shifter on the SM, but left it off of this bike. That would have given it a little bit more differentiation, and in that instance I may have picked the SM over this if I had planned to just do street riding with it. Because a quick shifter, the benefit that you get is that because the gearing is fairly short on this bike, which is great for giving you loads of torque, having to shift up into second gear using the clutch does slow you down when it comes to getting up to 60 mile an hour. So if it had the quick shifter, getting up to 60, getting off the line quicker would be a little bit easier, and it would highlight the SM a little bit more. You know, it would give it a little bit of differentiation. It would give it something to make the choice a little bit more difficult between the two. But as they stand right now, I'd take this. Hand on my heart. It's really good. It's really good. And I'm trying to think back if there was anything that I preferred on the SM to this. And to be honest with you, I don't think there is. Even though the SM might be a little bit more refined, a little bit better for the on-road riding, the street riding, this bike is more than adequate for all that stuff. And you get the added benefit of being able to take it off-road and do off-roady things. It's a bit more versatile. Because one of the issues with this bike that I've mentioned before in our ride review and the other video that we shot on this bike was that there's not a lot of luggage space. It's got a little luggage rack, but it doesn't really give you a lot of space for any kind of touring. It doesn't give you any space for pillion riding. Not really. I wouldn't want to take a pillion on this bike, to be honest with you. There are lots of bikes that are much better for pillion riding than this. And so I wouldn't pick this or the SM for that. Not at all. I wouldn't pick either of them for those scenarios. So in that regard, the SM is a little bit, well, a little bit less practical than this. A little bit more one-dimensional. See, one of the things that I enjoy doing on a fairly frequent basis is exploring. I like to find new little nooks and crannies in areas that I've not really explored before and see where they lead. But the amount of times where I find little gravel tracks which I'm not that comfortable riding down because I don't really have the bike for it in that particular moment, I would have access to on a bike like this. I'd be able to do those sorts of rides on this bike. So it does give me more options. So yeah, you guys, I think I think that's got to be the conclusion. Between the DR-Z4S and the DR-Z4 SM, I'd have to take the S. Even though the SM is probably going to be the more popular variant, the more popular bike between the two, I honestly, hand on my heart, would take the S over the SM. It's really good. They're both really good. But this opens up a little bit of extra riding that I wouldn't be able to do with the SM, or at least I wouldn't feel as confident doing on the SM. Sure, I'm sure you could ride that, do a little bit of gravel off-road riding on that bike as well, but it just wouldn't be the same. Honestly, the amount of grip I'm able to get with this bike, with these tyres, on that gravel track was crazy. You have to be so deliberate, you know, to try and get the back end to come out a little bit. But even then, it was straightened out so quickly. So yeah, with a little bit more confidence, you could have so much fun on this bike. It's confidence that I don't have because, like I said, I'm not much of an off-road rider at the moment. But one of these days, you guys, one of these days. Anyway, you guys, thank you ever so much for joining us on our video today. I hope that you kind of understand where I'm coming from with this one, but it's a really tight race between the two. But right now, as I'm riding it, I think I'd have to pick this one over the SM, even though the SM is a great bike as well. I had so much fun on that bike, but this one just opens up more opportunities for me, so I hope you guys understand that. But let me know down in the comment section below which one you would take and why. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But thank you ever so much for joining us on this one today, you guys. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead, leave that like, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any more videos from us going forward. And yeah, we'll catch you all in the next video. Everyone take care, ride safe, have a good one.